Thank you. This is Uncle Rick's, Uncle Jay's diner. Here's the thing, since like half the country's in a burn ban, I can't cook anything warm for breakfast. And there's only so far you can go on like Cliff Bars every morning, or like some kind of power bar or whatnot. So you go to diners. And this is in Spokane, Washington. Capital of Washington State. It's on the eastern side, and I'm heading out today. Got everything packed up. Spokane is, well, I don't know if I really want to talk about that, but Spokane's got the issues, but it's kind of nice. The downtown's kind of nice, kind of yuppie. A lot of parking meters all along the side. Constantly, but they now take credit cards. Parking meters take credit cards. So you can put in your 2 hours with a credit card, which is like $1. So, well, that's not too bad for parking. I just wish they had a better solution for their downtown. But anyway, this is about setting off. They might get some rain, which they sorely need. But off to east. This section, starting off in Spokane, Washington. Now, Spokane, Washington, being on the east side of Washington State, it's kind of flat, it's a little more dry and whatnot, but heading east, you're gonna go into Idaho, the top part of Idaho, the nice thin part of Idaho, and it just gets more and more forests as you head into it, as you'll see here. And you'll just notice as it's going in, it's getting greener and greener and greener. I'm surprised, maybe there are, but like, I'm surprised that there's no like kind of Bigfoot lore in this area as well. But hey, maybe there is and I'm just not aware of it. River Canyon, obviously named after the Moit River. Moit, not Moit, Moit. It eventually, I guess empties out into the Snake River near Twin Falls. The power dam constructed, blah, 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 blah. The viewpoint and rest area are maintained by the Idaho Department of Highways. Constructed in 1964. So that's obviously what I just drove down. There you can see it out. Actually, the view is a lot better in that direction. I don't know why they didn't make a viewpoint so you could look in that way. Or maybe they did and the trees just overgrew it. You can see the dam. But whoo! This is North Idaho. They have a clothing company here called, is it North Point? North Country? North something or other? Something like that. Idaho. Good to be out of that heat. So it's like the upper 70s. So that's good. Not too bad. This is like that thin part of Idaho at the top. Won't be long before I'm in Montana. And then go from there. So, whoo! Yeah, it's too bad because the view going that way is a lot better. But whew, just coming up here, nice easy riding. So I think the scenery is even going to get better. At least I hope it's going to get better. You do get to go over like a lot of bridges like that. It's really nice, and it's like a very magic scenery as you go through, and you can just tear through it. And there's plenty of like little stops along the way. And here's one I'm coming up to on now. In Kunina National Park. I'm going to check out some things. I didn't know you could park there, but supposedly there's a waterfall and overlook and a swinging bridge. Swinging bridge doesn't really interest me. This is Montana. I did not see a sign when I crossed over into Montana. They don't always have them on some of the smaller roads. Wild sturgeon. It's a picnic area. Carry in, carry out. Anything you bring in, you need to bring out with you. Bull trout. The walk to this is a little further than I thought it would be. I thought it would be right here. But we're getting closer. I can hear the falls. I can sort of see them. Sorta. But yeah, Montana. I mean, this is just one small part of this park, so there's a lot more. The falls, pretty nice. I mean, not really large, but then again, See here. This looks to be navigated over here. That looks pretty easy. Okay. This works. I'd say work the 5-minute walk. Overlook in the picnic area and stuff is kind of popular by the number of people who are obviously here. I mean, they might think about trying to expand it somehow. I'm not sure how they do it. But it is like noon, great place for lunch, so there's not really I didn't see any motion for a hiking trail outside of what is already around, so. But as it is, I go through, and this is really kind of remote areas, and you just kind of go through and you see big swaths. You got nice little hills, go through huge little ponds. I'm wondering sometimes when you go by through these areas, who's actually fishing here? Because I'm sure this is someone's fishing hole, and just kind of going through. And it's nice to see some of these areas and just sit back and love it. There's not much to talk about in this area. I'm sure there is some lore or whatnot. For the most part, not a whole lot happened here. I'm sure there's some Native American stuff that, like, who lived here and they have a history. I'm unaware of it. You can probably look it up pretty easily. But for the most part, this is a really great area. I did see some signs for like winters and stuff like that, and it's great to kind of like cruise through the area. But I was on my way to a nice little place, Kalispell I don't know exactly how you spell it, but it's a whole vacation area that's a little bit west of Glacier National Park. Now I won't go on the glacier, but it would just be a little west of it in kind of the area. Apparently I went where the locals live. The tourists go to a town that's a little north of it, and that's where I was gonna spend and just sit back and enjoy the whole thing.